Good evening, all of you. Very good evening, all of you. Hello. Am I audible? Am I visible? Very good evening, all of you. Good evening, all of you. Hi, this is Vaishali from Spark Academy, and today's topic is anatomy of flowering plants. So, second most important chapter for Neet purpose for Eamcet of botany, that is anatomy of angiosperm, that is flowering plants, that we are going to cover today in this 1 hour time. So don't go anywhere and join fast, because we will be solving all the concepts of this chapter today. So before starting our discussion, let me tell you that you can follow us on sparkacademyonline.com. Spark Academy is there on Facebook, Telegram, Instagram. You can follow us on any of the social media, and you can get all the updates that which will be the live class going on next, what is the schedule, and how you can follow us, and how you can follow every video which is going on YouTube. So this is our staff. This is our team of Spark Academy, and this is our staff of free live classes daily. On daily basis, we are starting free live. We have started free live classes. Okay, for this daily live classes, you just need to subscribe to our channel and download the Spark Academy app. After that, what all courses we are having, you can follow us. All these courses you can follow. So you can check which course is suitable to you. Right now, short-term course is going on. Short-term course is going on right now, guys. This is going on. Okay. Short-term course is going on right now. Even regular course is going on. And crash course we are starting soon. That is from 18th of April. 18th April. So you can join us for this course. If you like this video, if you like my teaching, if you like our team, what our team is teaching, whatever they are teaching, so then you can follow us. And admissions are open for 2022 and 2023. You can join for the crash course. Daily live classes are going on, and certification is also going on. Free materials, tips, tricks, PYQs, all these things we are providing. So what are you all waiting for? Just join a team, join a Spark Academy, and for this joining, you can apply. After joining the course, you can apply this code, that is VAI. You can apply this code, that is VAI10, and this is how you can directly connect it to me, and you will be listed in my student list, and then you will get benefit out of that. That is, you will get huge discount on our fees. So apply this code. Don't forget to apply this coupon code, that is VAI10, that is VAI10. Okay, so right now download the app, that is Spark Academy, and then select your course and apply VAI10, this code, to get discount over the courses. So you can apply these code for Eamcet, Neet, anything. So you can join our batch, any of the batch, and apply this code to get discounts. So you can call for more information. You can call on this number scrolling down, or directly you, or else you can go to the description box and or from the Play Store download the app Spark Academy. Over that there will be courses flashing on, so select that course and apply this coupon code. This is the schedule for complete week set schedule. 11 to 12 one classes going on daily basis, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. So you can check all these subjects: maths, physics, chemistry, and biology, everything. So 5 to 6 I'll be here on Mondays and Wednesdays. 5 to 6, that is my class, Vaishali. My name is Vaishali and I'll be taking class on every Mondays and Wednesdays, 5 to 6. So weightage for this chapter: structural organization of animals and plants, for that. Botany, from there you have two chapters, morphology and anatomy. Morphology we have covered in last class, so that is giving you around 3 questions, and the same weightage of this chapter, anatomy, but this is little bit in detail. Morphology you can understand from the basic outer structure. For anatomy, you need to look into the tissue level at the cellular level. So this anatomy chapter also you will be securing you can say 12 marks from this lecture. So what is our session plan for this 1 hour? So we are first going to, I'm going to introduce you to an anatomy. Then tissue, types of tissue. How many different types of tissues in a plant? In plant system. So meristematic tissue. And permanent. So types of meristematic tissue. Again, these types we are going to discuss on the basis of position and origin both. And types of permanent tissue also we are going to discuss. How many permanent tissues are there? Simple permanent and complex permanent. Simple can be divided again into 3 types. Parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Complex tissue again divided into 2 main types: xylem and phloem. So this is a complete plan today. So we are going to, after phloem, xylem discussion, then we'll discuss about tissue system. So remember, we are discussing internal parts. Internal parts, that means internal structure of plants. So that means in plants, there is no organization, there is no organ or organ system. So we need to think or we need to study the tissue system. Okay, so then monocot root, dicot root, monocot stem, dicot stem, monocot leaf, dicot leaf, bark, lenticles, lateral meristem, and all these things. So let's begin the session. So look at this chart. So here meristematic tissue, that means continuous. It includes continuous cell division. Cells are continuously dividing here. So continuously dividing cells. So these cells together make a tissue that is known as meristematic tissue. And permanent tissue, that means they loses their capacity to divide further. So these are the cells coming from the meristematic tissue only, but they are losing, they have lost their capacity to divide further. They are turning to they become mature. There is specialization in their structure according to their function. So that is, you can say differentiation started. That is known as permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue is divided into two types on the basis of origin and on the basis of position. Origin, that means when actually they are appearing in the life cycle of the plant. So if they are appearing in the primary stage, so before, I mean during the germination, that is promeristem, and then after primary meristem, the early stage of the lifespan of a plant. So these are appearing early, and secondary meristem, they are appearing the later stage. That means late in the life cycle of the plant. So this is how they are divided into mainly two types: primary meristem and secondary meristem. You can say one is promeristem also. Now, on the basis of position, where actually they are, what is the site of their occurrence? So, what is the position of these meristems? So, according to them, they are divided into three types: apical meristem, that means at the tip region; intercalary, that means between the, I mean in the internode region; and lateral meristem, that means at the sides of the either root or stem. So according to this, meristematic tissue are divided into these three types. Then permanent tissue is divided into simple tissue and complex tissue mainly. We will not discuss about the special tissue today. So complex tissue, simple tissue, that means all together they are, I mean simply I'll give you one example. For example, if all the cells, they are of same kind, okay, size, structure, everything same, similar kind of cells together functions together to form a tissue, that is forming simple tissue. But different structure, different type, different names of the cells, and they are working together for the same function, then it is called complex tissue. So simple tissue is divided into three types: parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Again, parenchyma is according to the presence of chlorophyll, air cavity. They are divided into mainly chlorenchyma and arenchyma. Then stellate parenchyma, mucilage parenchyma. These are some different kind of parenchyma that we are not going to discuss today. Then collenchyma is mostly, it is having, you can say deposition in the cell wall has been started. In sclerenchyma, there are two types: fibers and sclerotes, xylem and phloem. They are part of complex tissue. So we will discuss about all the components of the xylem and phloems in detail. So now do not go anywhere. We are starting main most important part of the chapter. Now types of meristematic tissue. So types of meristematic tissue. So location, so on the basis of location, meristematic tissue are divided into three types. You know that: apical, intercalary, and lateral. So apical meristem, they are primary meristem. Remember, primary, that means what? Primary, that means appears at the early stage of the life cycle of the plant. So apical meristem is a part of primary meristem. They are found at the growing tips, either tip of the shoot or tip of the root. Remember, this is root tip here, either or at the shoot tip, shoot apical tip. So these meristem are present at the tip region. You can say here tip region. This is shoot apical meristem. It's my cursor. This is meristematic zone at the shoot tip. So root tip as well as shoot tip. So both the tips are involved in the tips, growing tips. They are involved as apical meristem. Shoot apical meristem is present at the tip of the shoot, and its active division result in the elongation of the stem and formation of new leaves. So it is responsible for the elongation of the stem. That means stem will be elongated, root will be elongated. In case of root apical meristem. So both root elongation and shoot elongation. Remember, elongation of these things, the responsible tissue is meristematic tissue, apical meristematic tissue. Next, types of meristematic tissue, in that only second type is intercalary meristem. So yes, intercalary meristem, they are primary. Again, remember primary, that means appearing in the early stage of the life cycle of the plant. So it is present between the masses of the mature tissue and present at the bases of the leaves of the grasses. So it is present on the base of the leaves and the internode. So base of the leaf. Look here in the diagram. This is leaf, this is leaf, and this is base of the leaf. So here it is located, where it is located at the node region or the internode region. So present on the base of the leaves and internodes. So it helps in the growth of the branches and leaves. So regeneration of grasses, most important point for Neet purpose. Most previously asked questions in the previous year question papers. This is important. Regeneration of grasses. For regeneration of grasses, which type of meristematic tissue is responsible? Then it is intercalary meristem. Since the intercalary, or question can be asked like that, meristem which is present between mature tissue. So between mature tissue, it is intercalary meristem. Between permanent tissue, that means it is intercalary meristem. Since the intercalary meristem and the apical meristem appear early, so as we have discussed, they are appearing early stage in the plant's life, so they are part of primary meristem. I hope guys anything is clear till now. If you have any doubt, you just write in the chat section. Then types of meristematic tissue. In that third type is lateral meristem. So they occur in the mature region of the roots. They occur in the mature region of the roots. So they are called secondary meristem. They are called secondary meristem. They are called secondary meristem. That means they appear in the later stage in the plant's life. That's why they are secondary meristem. It helps in the adding secondary tissue to the plant body and increasing in the girth. So So example of these type of lateral meristem is fascicular cambium, interfascicular cambium, and cord cambium. Then again, this is about the meristematic tissue only. So apical, intercalary, lateral. Now it's about simple tissue. Simple tissue can be divided into 3 types. In that, first it is collenchyma. See, remember, simple tissue, that means these are permanent tissue and all the cells have lost their capacity to divide further, and they are of similar kind. So these similar kind, because of that, they are part of simple tissue. First among this, wait a second guys. Yes, first it was parenchyma. Let's explain about parenchyma. Okay, let me explain here. So first permanent tissue. Yeah. So first permanent tissue, that is parenchyma. Parenchyma, they have thin cell wall. They have thin cell wall. They have dense nucleus and dense cytoplasm and prominent nucleus. And this thin cell wall is mainly made up of cellulose. If they contain chlorophyll, then they are called chlorenchyma. If they contain air cavity, this erenchyma type of parenchyma, they are responsible for the buoyancy of the aerial part or buoyancy of the aquatic plants. Buoyancy, that means they are responsible for the floating characteristics of all these aquatic plants, parts of the aquatic plants. So because of more of the air cavities, uh, they have this type of characteristics of the floating. Then next it is collenchyma. So collenchyma is a strong flexible tissue that provides the flexibility to the soft aerial parts. So it is bending without a breaking. So this bending without a breaking can be provided by this flexibility is provided by this particular tissue, that is collenchyma. So they are found below the epidermis in the leaf stalk. They are found below the epidermis in the leaf stalk. Am I audible clearly, guys? My voice is clear? Please reply in the chat box. Can I have some quick comments, please? If I am audible clearly. So they are found below the epidermis in the leaf stalk, leaf midrib, and the herbaceous dicot stem. So characteristic feature of the collenchyma cells. Collenchyma cells are elongated cells with thick primary cell wall, and cell wall is unevenly thickened with the cellulose at the corners. So at the corners there is deposition started. At the corners deposition started. Look here, just like how skin of the newborn babies are very delicate and thin, and slowly deposition started below the skin, right? Like that only. Yeah, like that only deposition started. Just it started at the angular region, at the corners only. The corners only. So intracellular spaces are absent. Intercellular spaces are absent. Nucleus is present. Hence, this is also living tissue. And few chloroplasts may be present in the cells. Few chloroplasts also may be present in the cells. Function: collenchyma provides mechanical support to the growing parts of the plant, such as young stem and the petiole of the leaf. It provides flexibility to the petiole. That means this part of the leaf. It is, leaf is fluttering, its face is fluttering because of the wind stream, and this fluttering without breaking, that is because of this flexibility provided by collenchyma. So collenchyma cells may contain chloroplasts, thus they take part in photosynthesis also. Next, it is about the sclerenchyma. So sclerenchyma is a strengthening tissue. It is found in and around the vascular tissue also. That means which are the vascular tissue? Xylem and phloem. Under the skin and the epidermis and the dicot stem. The characteristic feature of the sclerenchyma, they are long, narrow, thick and lignified. See, now complete deposition is completed. Angles at the angles it has been started. Now it is completely double cell wall. Secondary cell wall is formed. You can see here two layers. This is how complete cell wall is ligninified. Now it becomes dead. There is no nucleus. So this is completely dead tissue. Middle lamina. Middle lamella, the wall between the adjacent cell is conspicuous in this case. Complex permanent tissue. Remember sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma, there are two types of sclerenchyma, sclerids and fiber. Circular, that is sclerids, and fiber, that is having this type of pointed or you can say tapering end. The sclerenchyma position, or it can be present as nut wall, fruit, pulp, and seed coat somewhere. So these things are made up of the sclerenchyma type of cells. Okay, sclerids mostly. Remember in case of pulp of fruit like sapota and guava, chiku and guava, and that only living part is seeds. All other, pulp part, it is completely dead. It is made up of the sclerenchyma cells. Then complex permanent tissue. So complex tissue is made up of more than one type of cells that work together to perform a particular function. So different shapes and though working for the same function. So xylem is complex permanent tissue that conducts water and mineral upward from the root to the plant, and it is also known as wood. Xylem is composed of 4 different kinds of elements, namely tracheids, vessel, fiber, and parenchyma. So tracheids, they are long tubular dead cells with wide lumen and tapering ends. The cell wall is thick with lignin and they have pores in their walls. Tracheids have pores in their walls. Remember, vessel is long cylindrical tube-like structure that plays one above the another, and non-living cell ligninified generally possesses pit. Vessel members are interconnected through the perforation in their common walls. The presence of the vessel is characteristic feature of angiosperm. Remember, in case of gymnosperm, vessels are absent and this transportation of water, it is through tracheids only. Functions, tracheids are that xylem fiber. Functions, tracheids and vessels both for the main transporting element of the water. Then xylem fiber, they are long non-living cells with thick lignin deposition on the wall. They have narrow lumen and tapering ends. Xylem parenchyma, they are the only living cells with cellulosic cell wall. Then phloem. Phloem is a complex permanent tissue that conducts the food synthesized in the leaves or to different parts of the plant body. Then unlike xylem, conduction of the food occurs both in upward and downward direction to the storage organ and for the storage organ to the growing part. Phloem in the angiosperm is composed of sieve tube element, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. Remember in case of gymnosperm, important point for Neat point of view. Gymnosperm, they lack companion cell, instead they have albuminous cell, and they lack sieve cell, instead they lack sieve tube, instead they have sieve cells. So in gymnosperm, they have albuminous cells and sieve cells instead of sieve tube and companion cells. Remember in case of phloem also, only living cells, they are phloem parenchyma and see there are two living cells present, two types of living cells present here. One is companion cell and one is phloem parenchyma.